After more than a dozen individual Oreo reviews, it's time for Oreo March Madness. Today's a very special Mark Reviews Oreo review because I have 4 flavors of Oreo and I'm going to pit these head to head in a tournament, March Madness style, and tell you which one of these 4 I think is the best. Now, just like in any tournament, there are some favorites that I think are favored to win in this. You can see those on the top 2 here. They're both flavors of cake. So you have red velvet and carrot cake. And then these 2, I have lemon and chocolate, are just both designed to be kind of a single, non-complex flavor. I've never tried the lemon. I have had the chocolate and I like these. And going back to the cake ones, I've had the red velvet Oreo, but it's been a long time. I've never had carrot cake, and that's pretty new. They both have cream cheese frosting. So I think it's fair to pit red velvet against carrot cake as the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed. And then of these 2, I think we're gonna have to go the number 3 seed and the number 4 seed because, you know, I love lemon stuff, but I just don't see this being quite as good as the chocolate ones, which are pretty good. Okay, in case you had trouble following that, let me illustrate. All right, so Casey Neistat style, I just drew up a bracket for you so that you can visualize this a little bit better. So, round 1, we're gonna have the Chocolate Champions, 3rd seed, up against the Lemon Warriors, number 4 seed. Round 2, I'll have the Red Velvet Bulldogs against the Carrot Cake Crusaders, number 1 and number 2 seed. So, highly scientific, based off an entire season of performance, I know, but I will keep track of the tournament right here. Okay, so first up, we're going with the Chocolate Champions. Okay, strong hints of chocolate, as you would expect. These Oreos came with their A game, so chocolate cookie, chocolate frosting, and I will try them. That is a strong contender. I love chocolate Oreos. There's a reason that they're a perennial crowd favorite. You can buy them pretty much anywhere, all the time, year round. So, chocolate flavored Oreo, maybe they've never risen to the top of the pack, but they've always been a contender. This could be the year. Set that aside, let's try the Lemon Warriors. I have never had them before, so they're number 4 seed. They're kind of the unknown. Let's call this a Cinderella story. They've made a run deep into the tournament. Okay, there are only 4 contenders. Anyway, but I'm excited to try them. I love lemon flavored stuff. I choose lemon flavored yogurt, Italian ice, those kinds of things. So let's try these. Okay, first impressions, I expected a stronger lemon scent, but this is kind of more subtle, like a lemon yogurt. Okay, the cookie itself appears to just be a normal golden Oreo cookie. So just kind of what you would expect from any of those lighter colored, lighter flavored Oreos. I'm going to try just the frosting on its own first. That's a stronger lemon flavor than I was expecting, so stronger than a lemon yogurt, probably more like a lemon cheesecake or lemon tart or something like that. Now I'm going to try just the cookie on its own, try to confirm my suspicion. Okay, while the cookie itself was a little harder than a normal Oreo cookie, I do believe that was just the normal golden Oreo cookie flavor. So now I need to try both of them together. Okay, there's the whole Oreo. Okay, they blend really well. That's a good synthesis in my mouth. So, strong contender. It really kind of depends what you're in the mood for. But these taste a lot like those lemon bars, like those little squares you get sometimes at wedding receptions or something, or like a lemon cheesecake. That was actually really good, and I think I would go out of my way to get just these if I were ever out shopping for Oreo. Just depends kind of what mood you're in. And I don't know if I've ever had a really fruity flavored Oreo other than those mystery ones I reviewed a long time ago that ended up being Fruity Pebbles flavor. This is better though. This is more palatable and I liked that. So This is a good alternative to this one that's straight chocolate and chocolate. If you're looking for something a little lighter, fruitier, obviously lemon. So number 3, number 4. Of the two, they both have their merits, but I'm going to give the edge to chocolate Oreo. It's just classic. It's so, so good. Chocolate and chocolate is a winning combination. Where lemon is like, yeah, that's like a sometimes food, to quote Cookie Monster.
Cookie, sometime food.
That's right.
Yeah. But you know what? Right now is sometime cookie.
Okay, let's see where things stand on our bracket. Okay, the chocolate champions here unseated the Lemon Warriors, so they're going home, back to their college town. And Chocolate Champions moves on to the championship. They will play the winner of the Red Velvet and Carrot Cake matchup. All right, the first one up in this round of the tournament is Red Velvet. This has a cream cheese flavored cream. And so I don't know exactly what that is gonna taste like. I have these, I wanna say like 5 to 7 years ago. It's been a long time, so I really don't remember them. I'm gonna try these ones first. And all I smell is cream cheese. I do not smell chocolate at all. Red Velvet is just fancy red dyed chocolate, so that's what you're getting, but all I smell is the cream cheese, and they are arranged vertically like some of the specialty flavors that I've tried in the past. I'm gonna try one of these. So you can see that red color, kind of, if I hold it over here to the side, it kind of matches up with the LEDs I have in the background. And then a little bit thicker of frosting than normal, and it's a lot smoother looking. So just based on the smell alone, this is very strongly cream cheese. So I think my wife would like it a little more than I will. Let's try it. This is the one that is the favorite to win too, so let's see how things go. I'm gonna try just the frosting first. You know how with Oreos people scrape the frosting off and eat just the frosting? You would be sick if you did that with these Red Velvet. That's a very intense flavor. It's very rich. It's a smoother frosting than you have with normal Oreo. It's not quite as gritty or grainy, but it is definitely a heavier, more intense flavor. I don't think I would eat it on its own. But let me try just the cookie, devoid of frosting, and let's see how that tastes. Interesting. I think what they found here is that they had to balance out that rich cream cheese frosting I was talking about by making that cookie, it's not bitter, but it's definitely not super sweet. So it's not as sweet as a normal Oreo cookie is. I think the best description is that it tastes very much like boxed chocolate cake. You know, the kind you add eggs and oil and water to, and that's it. Which is to say, it tastes pretty good, but it's not the same as a normal Oreo cookie. So now I'm going to try both of them together, get a new cookie that has everything. I suspect that by the end of this tournament, I will be ill, and no matter who wins, I will be the loser. Okay, Red Velvet synthesizes better together than the sum of its parts. Those two constituent parts were not the best on their own. Together it tastes like a very expensive cupcake that you might get at Magnolia Bakery or something. So that was good, but really with Red Velvet Oreo, you kind of need to pace yourself. This is not the kind of Oreo flavor that you're going to eat by the sleeve like you would with the original flavor. Okay, so Red Velvet, strong contender of the three. I think it's still clearly the winner, but there's a reason it's a #1 seed. Let's turn our attention now to the new flavor, Carrot Cake, found in Louisiana and mailed to me by Pat at Tanglewood Soap Company and her daughter. Thank you for that. I have this as a #2 seed because I suspect I'm going to like it better than the chocolate or the lemon, but maybe not as much as the Red Velvet. All right, and because this is new, most people are not familiar with this, and I haven't been able to find it in the state of Utah. Carrot cake flavored cookie with cream cheese frosting flavored cream. Artificially flavored, obviously, okay? But let's try this. Let's break into it because I love carrot cake if done well, and I've never experienced these Oreos. Wow, I like that scent. It smells like carrot cake, so I should never be surprised by what Oreo is able to pull off, but I have high hopes for this. First thing that I can tell you is that there's not as much frosting in this. It doesn't come all the way out to the edge of the cookie like most Oreos do. You see there's space on either side there. So kind of interesting. Well, let me separate them now. So yeah, it came apart easier, and then look at that frosting on here. You can see that it doesn't come all the way to the edge of the cookie. So that's interesting. They're not quite as pressed together, and it was really easy to get the cookie off. So first thing I'm gonna try is the cream cheese frosting on its own, which came off in one piece. Okay, unlike the red velvet cream cheese frosting, this cream cheese frosting had a separate flavor that wasn't just cream cheese. There's like a spiciness, like an allspice nutmeg type flavor to it. So it's cream cheese frosting, it's smoother, it's richer, but it's not as rich or decadent as the red velvet, and it has some spice to it. That was interesting. So I want to try the cookie now because apparently the cookie is carrot cake flavored on its own. So I'm gonna just take the two halves that I took the frosting out of. Okay, that was interesting. So Pat warned me that these cookies were harder and more dense than most Oreo cookies I've had. And in fact, they are. They were hard. They were like crackers almost. While they do taste like carrot cake, there's a distinct flavor of ginger to them, so they're almost more like ginger snaps. And I'll say this before I try them together, but separately I liked the cookie and the cream filling much more in the carrot cake Oreo than I did in the red velvet. So right now, it's a strong contender to take this championship. But of course, I have to try them together to be sure. Ooh, that was close, but you know what? I think carrot cake Oreo together, everything all at once, falls a little bit short of the red velvet standard. So I think the seed so far has been accurate. So red velvet, while richer, more decadent, you certainly can't eat as many of them. I give a slight edge to red velvet if you're eating it together. If you are the kind of person that likes to separate them, I think carrot cake takes the cake, so to speak, because this was really good. The filling and the cookie separately, very good. Together, not quite as good. Red velvet, just the opposite. The two elements on their own, not that great. Together, it makes one cohesive flavor. So interesting. I really liked both of them, but the edge goes to red velvet. So let's check our bracket and see how things stand. All right. So as you can see, the Red Velvet Bulldogs held on to beat the Carrot Cake Crusaders and reach the championship. No one should be surprised, I suppose, that chocolate is facing up against chocolate. Remember, number 3 and number 1 seeds fighting for the championship. And now we go to the championship, the final round. The end all be all, at least of these 4 flavors of Oreo. Here we go. Chocolate, chocolate, and red velvet. Now the biggest distinction between these two Oreo, this is the chocolate Oreo and this is the red velvet. Biggest distinction is the flavor of cream. This one is like a straight chocolate, almost kind of piped in like a chocolate mousse. It's a little bit airy. This one, the red velvet, is definitely denser, a little bit richer. The cream, if you eat too much of it, you're gonna be sick. So the two of them here, obviously the colors are a little bit different too. You have the lighter red over here, and then the normal chocolate cookie that you're used to when you're talking about Oreo. This one smells richer. This one smells like a Lindor chocolate ball, basically. It just smells decadent. It smells rich. It smells fatty and unhealthy. And this one just smells like chocolate. This smells more like Keebler products, and this smells more like Lindt products. So we're talking like red velvet is probably the fancier cookie. If you were trying to impress your guests when you're serving them Oreo, then you'd probably get the red velvet over the chocolate. But this is the one that you're gonna probably be eating while you watch Netflix with your wife at night. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience. Okay, let's try these here. No commentary from me until I've tried both of them back to back. Okay, before I reveal the winner, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to leave a comment in the section below. Which one do you think wins? And also, which of the 4 do you think should have won if it's different from the one you think will win? Ready? Okay, drum roll please. As a reminder, on our tournament chart, chocolate champions, number 3 seed, Red Velvet Bulldogs, number 1 seed. Who wins? Who takes home the grand prize of feeling sick from eating too many Oreos for one review? Without further ado, my Sharpie. All right, and what has proven to be one of the most boring brackets of all time. Every matchup followed my predicted seeding, and we ended up with Red Velvet Bulldogs as our champion. I really liked all 4 flavors. They all have their own merits. The lemon was great if you're looking for something fruity. Chocolate is just classic, and of the 4, that's the one I'll probably eat the most as time goes on. The Red Velvet, while very decadent, was a little bit better than the Carrot Cake Crusaders because you have to take them as a whole cookie. So victory goes to the Red Velvet Bulldogs. Congratulations to Oreo, the real winner here, because I have 4 varieties of Oreo for this one video. They have to be happy about that. And based on you watching this video, you're likely to go and buy one of these yourself. So go do that, all right? Hey, why not? I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can find all these varieties of Oreo if you're interested. And in the meantime, thank you for watching and subscribing. This was a fun one to do. Thank you to Pat and to Keith for providing me with the Oreos for today, Pat's daughter as well. And you know what to do. You can thank me, you can help support me. You don't have to send me Oreos, but it would be helpful if you would subscribe if you haven't already, and then check out these other videos. This one is the one that YouTube thinks you'll be interested in, and this one's my most recent video prior to this one. Thank you for your ongoing support.